That's what I thought, but on here it just usually will do that and then
Maybe this one too. I don't know if it's on that.
top it up. Sweet. Do you wanna sign this audit letter? Kind of finish this, get everybody's signatures today. Take off Larry and the egg, because I'm like, why are they on the audit? They're not within our funds, so.
Yeah, no. Get it right out.
Didn't remember if I sent them or not, yesterday when I went back and
You
looked.
did.
Usually do it right away.
You did. How about with them to number 4, because I got questions on the claims.
Yep, so after I got done with last week's meeting, the newspaper informed me that it didn't get in the paper.
Yep.
So for the maximum hearing levy, the public hearing will be March 1st at 9:30. And that will be in the paper this week.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
How about the ad for the concretes?
I haven't double checked that one, but it should be too.
Okay.
Because they're both for March 1st.
Yep, it has not been in, so. Okay.
It's probably gonna be in this Wednesday's prior to.
So I'll take a motion to approve changing the date. So moved. Garrett, okay, Gary? Right?
And seconded
Okay,
to March 1st.
yep.
And what time was it?
9:30.
9:30.
Yep.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
And I know you're not here, Rick, but I brought the budget, I worked yesterday and got the budget ready for the paper for the actual budget hearing too, so
Okay.
I'll just leave your
If
copy.
you want, okay, just gonna leave a copy.
Or I could email it too, it's just like 18-page PDF, so.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. You can email it,
Alright,
and I'll print it off. Or would you leave a copy up in that closet, please?
yep,
Alright, thank you. And just an FYI, Vincent today did have that,
yeah, they have
you
that
know,
on,
but, yeah. And I know they're not the official,
they have
so.
that in there.
well, they
Yeah,
did?
she puts everything on there too.
Okay, did not see it.
That was on the home.
We got 3 minutes. Gary, you got any question with the claim?
Is it?
Yeah.
What's that, 40,741?
Okay, what that was about is that we got FEMA money to clean the conservation did, clean up the roundhouse. Understand? They sent it back.
That's quite a chunk of change for me, now.
Well, it was estimated at 65,000 to do the job. And according to FEMA, they put a pile of lumber, they had to shred it and haul the stuff out of there to the landfill.
Couldn't burn it either.
Nope. Nope. So I said we'd be better off telling them to go fish and
Have a fire.
and the way it is right now, it's our problem, understand? Come to find out, you know, we, the supervisors own it, not the conservation. So that's some kind of deal we'll have to work out here later this spring. I'm hoping when Atkins finally settles down and they get a group together, that we can kind of lease it to them and let them take care of it. That's the way I feel, and the mayor does too, he's all for it. But they're just gonna have a special election here, you know, on the 15th, right?
March 1st and March 8th, for Atkins is the 8th.
Okay,
Mondays is, or next week is San Juan Advance.
okay. So,
That makes sense.
yeah, let them, they used to take care of it. They did for, I think, 8 years.
And then the conservation took care of it for
Well, Atkins didn't want it no more, and then went back.
now they'll take it at that.
Yeah. So, we'll iron that out, but that's one of our responsibilities as supervisors down the road. Okay. Let's continue on this. 905, foundation, 2 vehicles.
Okay, so as So this will be, when we meet on Thursday, will be the last time I can ask the original governing board for any fund balance funds. So Ron put together, a list and sent it to Haley, and then it came to me in May, and I went through it, and we kind of adjusted what the region would be willing to, look at. So as part of that, asking $650 for an iPad set of accessories to send Shelby to the National Co-Responder Conference. We did talk to Foundation 2, and they are sending some of the Foundation 2 employees to the Co-Responder Conference, but they were not sending the liaisons. There wasn't the money for that. And so May said that would be okay because that's a training Shelby has not done before. And then the vehicle right now, she has an old service vehicle that I think,
An old Chevy Impala police car with 130,000 miles on it, and it's a junker.
so with that, having 25,000 to put towards a different vehicle. With that though, this would not be a county vehicle. So if fund balance pays for it, this would be a Foundation 2 vehicle. So
they'll insure it and all that too.
they would have to insure it, all of that. So if the position, for whatever reason, ever went away, that vehicle doesn't come back to the county, so it belongs to them. But what her and I were just talking about before we got started, so it sounds like there's going to be fund balance dollars that weren't spent that were already budgeted. So I don't know if does that take into consideration that 36,000 for the CIT?
Well, the last time I showed anything that we amended was that 125,000 back in September when we did the amendment for that extra. So when I go through, what we were at in June, what we're estimating spending with that, I'm estimating like 89,000 remaining still at the end of this fiscal year.
So I don't know if we want to, if you guys say that this 525 is okay, I don't know if we want to do an additional versus we go to the board and ask to reallocate some of the funds that weren't going to be spent to put towards this versus adding an additional 27 on top of it.
If we're gonna have to amend for spending regardless.
So, I mean, we can, however you guys want it.
I would like to see us get that fund balance down to zero.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
89,000 is still better than what we were thinking, 500,000.
Yeah, because I mean, the reality is we're out of time. Thursday's the last round. So what, if this 27 gets approved plus the 4,000
Training.
for Braxton plus the 61, that I'm gonna be running for it. I mean,
So we're still looking at
that's the last of it.
almost 50,000 still.
So, I mean, so you tell me if they approve this, does this need to be an additional, or am I
Yes,
asking for
because
reallocation?
this was not included in your other amendment, right, in September?
Correct.
So this is an addition.
Okay.
So then that 89, subtract what you just said, then it'll probably be roughly about 50.
Um,
48%.
So, yeah, so that's kind of what's being asked for me to take in front of the board on Thursday. So does anybody have any issue with her, with the 25 for a vehicle, I think it's like 18 something for the training, and then the 650 for iPad for a total of 27,525. Is there any questions? Does anybody have any issue with it?
You sure you got enough for the vehicle?
That's what I was gonna ask, if that's a new one, that's pretty light.
Well, I mean, we've been able to get every other one for that, so, and I was on and look, there's used vehicles available for that.
I'm just wondering, we're gonna send the money back to the state anyway.
But the foundation too will keep this vehicle though, remember? It's using our dollars, but. Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it's what
I'm
we're-
like, what do you think, Gary?
What's that?
I'm like, what do you think?
Well, it's free vehicle. I mean, you're gonna send
Well,
money back to the state.
Foundation too, I get that. But still,
You sure don't wanna be short.
Can we raise that one to 30,000?
Yeah.
The vehicle. on what your other chunk to, 650 and 1800.
So I will do,
That'll help with the looking for a vehicle.
yeah, I will do what I did, with everybody else, we'll put bids out and
And then Braxton's that for the CIS and it was 6,100.
it was like 43 something. 61,000 was for the parking lot.
Oh, that's right, so you're putting, yeah,
Cause that was for 35% of the parking
but
lot.
we already had that within the last, so we're good on that, so that's.
Yep.
So can we give me a total dollar amount on this? It was 27,500.
I'd
And
add
if we
that
add
into
another
that.
5 would be 32, what?
525. So, now 32, 525.
Okay. I would take a motion from anybody,
So moved.
32,
525.
525.
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
We'll start doing some checking and then I will be back next week to let you guys know what the board says in regards to all three of these projects.
If you need knee pads on your third meeting. I'll borrow it.
I've been working on Sid, I went back and researched the fuel base.
It doesn't need to be anything special.
No, but if you research the fuel base, that gives you a range of which fuel is there. Actually,
No, stop in my office when you're done, cause yeah, I mean, she doesn't need a cop card.
no, oh, God.
So, yeah, stop in my office and we'll chat about it.
910, Sheriff, approve promotions. What do you guys got?
John's got the letters ready.
2 part-time dispatchers that have completed all their training and have been recommended to be moved to full-time.
That full-time one is by resolution.
That gets us,
Right where we need to be.
gets the numbers right where everybody's replaced.
All female?
Or you need an age. So if we do the full-time ones as a resolution, and then you can just do a motion for the part.
And the full-time Sarah.
Sarah and Alyssa.
And-
Yeah. I did not see, this is Whitney.
And then that one letter behind, cause you're
Yeah.
promoting Sarah from part-time to a full-time, and then the other one is.
Sarah and Alyssa are in this letter.
Yeah.
Both have
Okay.
fully completed all required training. Their wages would remain as set by union contract at $17.91 and take effect immediately.
Or would you rather do it two resolutions, do Alyssa separate, she's going from part-time to full?
They're both part-time, Alyssa
Alyssa
and
and-
Sarah both.
Okay, and that's fine, I was thinking she was new.
You're only promoting one then.
No,
No, they're both,
Two, they're in the other letter.
yeah,
Sarah and Alyssa full-time.
yeah, so that, those can be done, Joe.
And then, well, Whitney,
Is part-time.
yep. You may remember her as Whitney,
But you wanted two different motions, right?
I believe so.
yes.
Okay, alright.
Alyssa and Whitney in one. No,
No.
Sarah and Alyssa in one.
In one. Okay, I'll make the motion that Sarah Siglin and Alyssa
McAtee.
McAtee
Yep.
be promoted to full-time.
Second,
Okay, by resolution,
Beershank, aye.
Seaman, aye.
And perm.
Okay.
Then you got Whitney
Correct.
Okay, and that's a separate motion.
Yep.
Hired as a part-time dispatcher.
Yes.
Communication specialist,
No.
right?
Yeah, same thing.
Different words.
Just different title. So,
With,
okay.
with Whitney, we are asking, to pay her at a lateral rate. Whitney has previously been a Benton County employee. She's currently a Jones County dispatcher. She'd be only part-time. She is fully trained. They use the same exact computer software at Jones County that we use. So her training will be 0. The day she walks in the door, she will be able to work. So in compensation for that, we're asking to bring her in at a lateral rate.
You got that in here, right?
Yes, I do.
Is that the same as the 1791?
Yes.
No,
No, the same.
1791.
No, those are the others here. The other one's 22.25 an hour.
22.25.
The other two are that.
Mm-hmm.
She also knows our system because she used to work for us.
Yeah.
She's
So
gonna be,
I threw the motion out there, and so if I need to amend it, to the 22.25, I don't have a problem with that.
she's gonna be part-time, she's gonna get paid more than full-timers?
yes.
And she's gonna hit the ground running, she's been there.
Okay.
She also has years of experience
Correct,
that
Mrs.
our
Johnson?
new hires do not have.
Second.
Okay. By resolution,
Your check aye.
Seaman,
That
aye.
one.
No?
No, that was the motion, sorry.
Just regular
That was
motion?
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just regular motion. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're not doing anything with Shelby, right?
No.
Do you guys wanna approve the ARPA?
Yeah.
We got our new website, so that's the remainder of that one.
Do we have to prove it? Yeah.
It's in the plan, but I would like a
Yeah.
separate motion for that fund,
Okay.
and then the radio project for the True North.
Yeah.
Can
Can we throw them all together?
The two ARPA ones, yeah,
Yeah.
not that one though.
No, that is.
This ARPA one was for the True North, what was that?
That is for their accounts,
Administration?
consulting fees.
Okay. Just write that on there. So those two I would like separated than the other claims, please.
Is there meetings this Thursday?
I believe so.
In the
I thought it was
afternoon.
every other. I think they threw an odd one in on us. I'll check my emails and see if we got anything from Glenn yet. Cause if you're busy Thursday, we'll,
They can give us an estimate too of what they think we'll spend before July 1st.
okay,
Cause the bond money, I'm getting March 15th.
Okay.
So I have to amend for that anyway, but I'll have to amend if we need more than the 2 million from
No.
ARPA spending. You don't think we'll reach that?
No.
I didn't know what the.
not between now and July.
Okay.
We gotta do some,
Site representation.
yeah,
Alright, then I should be good for what I
More or
have.
less 3 sites nailed down.
yeah,
Sure.
that kinda sounds like that's a drawn out process, hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
The
looking-
one is, but I mean, the other two, I mean,
The other two should be easy.
yeah.
They should be able to find all the paperwork on it.
Okay. All right, here's the other one, Jerry. That was controlling. You can make the motion, if you would. You get paid out of the ARPA funds.
I would say Mike with True North seems to be right on top of the game here.
So moved. To pay that out of the ARPA funds.
You already did it. Because I wanted to scan it.
Got it. Okay,
That's for that True North radio project.
right. Both things are for the radio. Or no.
The one is for the website.
Website. Yep.
That's
So I
nice.
have a second from you,
Did you like all the emails you got?
Rick.
I don't even know if it's talking as far as,
Oh, yeah.
Money wise?
on the,
Oh,
Okay, well, the one was 12,500 for the,
yep, the second half of the website development. And then the True North was $2,952.
got that?
alright, I got it, and I second that motion then.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Aye. Pay it out of the ARPA fund.
Yep.
Now, while we're on this, that one tower down in Norway's pretty short, if I saw it.
Yeah, they ain't gonna use it.
Oh, they're not?
That one will be replaced with,
we've talked about that many times, it's gonna get, changed out.
Yes, one way or another.
Right.
Hopefully we can keep it there.
I'd like it to be 230 foot, just right beside the old one.
Yep. But we don't know that until they
They have to go through the ship.
shippo. Yep.
How far is that cemetery from the towers?
Not far enough.
300 yards, well, can't be within eyesight.
They've got a distance on there, but we can't even cheat and go to the far corner and get it in.
That's why it's gonna go northwest, so Scotch Grove there, or the Norway Grove is blocking. And see if we can put it anywhere north, like, Glen Freeze's, anywhere on his farm there. Common sense is we could keep it there, cause they got a new building that's only,
Yeah,
I thought it was newer than it was, it looks pretty new, but.
it does look new.
It's still got protected.
Yeah, we talked about that after, already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Get back to the claims, you done? Asking questions?
Yeah.
I only had two. One question I had, Haley, was, Dave Hartman insurance, $1,000 for the deductible. What was that for? That claim.
That
That
one.
was string,
Yeah, what was there?
you know, from the derecho, and I think they paid secondary roads.
Yeah, that was that one where we got that big check back and then, was it for the dog pound?
Okay, understood.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I
then,
had to think about it.
Get the deductible back.
the last thing I seen, right here, I'm gonna show you. On page 2, page 3, they're doubled up. I had to underline them, they're the same price, the same numbers.
For the enforcement.
Yes.
It's a different invoice though, so.
Shouldn't be, it's got the same numbers.
Go in here, look, see it. Should be able to double it with that invoice number though.
Well, it's two different,
Yeah.
I mean, two different places.
Unless they're splitting it out of the. Yeah. They're splitting it half and half out of the
Okay.
services and
Okay.
if you look at these line items and funds,
Yeah?
this was rural service, and general basic, you know how they're split, their salaries and everything, so that's what they did.
Okay, understood. Rick, do you have any questions?
Nope, the only one I had was that $40,000 question.
Okay. Well, I will take a motion to approve the claims. So moved. Gary, okay,
Second.
all right, all in favor of approving the claims?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the report, is they coming in, do you know?
As far as I know,
Okay, all that is a signature.
basically, they'll go over it probably a little bit. But I don't know, did Benton Community call off school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then Allison's is school, I'll start with you.
I think Benton Community did call it school.
Yeah, so did Benton.
Well, they called it off.
Yeah.
It was slicker than slick around town.
Well, it was delayed, didn't hear that they canceled.
Yep.
So the DOT just started south with dump trucks again. So you shouldn't be able to.
Haley, what was that? May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Figure out.
I think you sent an email out. Is there a meeting tonight at 6 p.m.?
Yes.
No, that was the new website, so
Through the corner.
Oh, okay.
the new
Okay.
website now, once I log update the agenda,
I'm taking the next
it
one.
automatically sends an email. Well, the default, we had to fix to the, so it was just us playing around with that.
All right.
I sent a correction and explained it, so.
Oh, I missed the correction.
Yep, so now I only have to do it in one spot. I go to the website and it'll automatically email you guys, instead of me doing
Tracy
it
will be there.
3 different steps.
That's when we'll talk about
Well, I was wondering, because there was multiple emails about this meeting, and I thought, well,
Yep, that was us playing around. That was our first day we went live, so we had to test it out.
So you won't send it no more.
We got a few emails about that.
Like you been doing it?
The agenda,
Yeah.
you won't notice it'll come from that Benton County thing. It won't come
It'll
from
be,
me.
We'll get them.
Mhm.
Jesus.
The minutes will come from me, but the agendas will come from our website, you guys.
I'll try to. When you go to the website, the agendas, there it is.
But if you want to, when I upload the minutes too out there, sometimes I can put a list out there for notifications, but I haven't.
I looked at them yesterday. It popped right up. I think I got about 8 emails from you, all in a row.
That was Friday.
But she's trying to tell me something here.
now you're not having a meeting on March 4th, is that correct? I think you talked about that for,
We talked about that.
Oh, no, sorry, yeah, that, did I say March 1st earlier? It is March 4th.
you said first.
that's when you told Steve was like first.
Yes, it is,
Yeah. Is it the 4th?
yes,
Okay, so we need to amend
Yes.
that motion.
yep,
Speaking.
So
What time's
I
it?
will
Hold on.
approve that motion,
yep.
the
Now,
1st to the 4th.
yes, at 9:30, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
It was the first, that's what I was, and we changed it, because I need those extra days. Couldn't be less than
Okay.
10, more than 20.
All right.
Good
I
catch.
was just trying to get it to my head.
Yep, but as far as I know, the regular budget hearing should be fine.
We'll have it at 9 o'clock, meeting starts.
If you want, we can probably, we'll see what's going on, if there's anybody else that needs something on there.
I think that's the time we're supposed to open up the bids too for the concrete.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take 9 o'clock.
Okay.
But the hearing is at
So it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on the 4th. And I see we're supposed to meet with Larry on the 1st.
Yeah. But that's at night, isn't it?
Yep.
What time is it?
6:30.
So let me look at that notice it did go out to. Next one, let me notice.
You get a copy
No.
of that?
I was right,
What?
the March 4th is for the, hold on. I have too many dates going on in my head right now. It's the notice for the bids, for that one now.
One of them was because I thought it was the levy because they couldn't get it in the paper properly. Maybe it was the, bids.
Public hearing notice for the bids is, that's Tuesday, March 1st at 10, but that's on our regular date.
Bids are?
Yes. That's Tuesday, March 1st.
But it hasn't been in the paper yet, has it?
Yeah, it was on Fridays, I think. Because I had, should have been Fridays, because she was gonna run it that week and I had her change the date. Because if it would have been in that same week, it wouldn't work. So,
Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, you never got any mail yesterday.
that would have been 12 days. So the first.
Okay. So the levy is on the 4th, but your email said you couldn't make this stuff up.
Yep, because they missed 2 publications in a row, that's right.
Okay, alright, very good.
3, 4,
But the-
9 AM.
But the cement thing should be the first.
Yeah.
Larry's on
So I have the
first.
right meeting on the 1st.
Tore off my.
Okay, so Allison is trying to call in, but Rick's on that line. Does somebody want to put her on her cell phone?
Who's that?
Allison?
Yeah.
Whose cell phone do you want me to have her?
Coffee shop and on top we stay at Wednesday night.
You don't say it out loud, but
I like it. Black and green strong.
Oh,
oh, they have?
this was real pain and strong. So I, oh my. I never did get pain.
But I won't work home in the morning. I don't drink coffee after about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Unless it's got something in it.
Now we
But
are.
even then.
This,
No, I'm great.
You drink that one, right?
This
That's
one's
probably the one I just tell my mom.
Is that yours?
Hello. Yeah. Oh, so you're stuck. You're stuck at home. Okay. Allison's taking out her driveway.
Okay.
They said that's okay.
Does she want to talk on speaker? Because tell her that Rick's on that
You
supervisor.
want, help you want to talk on speaker? There you are. Okay, go ahead.
The piece of paper that needs signed is sitting on, if you walk into our office, right there on the table by the door. Phil was supposed to be there also.
Okay, we'll go get it.
So, thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I hope you know what she's talking about.
Well, it's usually a report that we have to have their signature on.
We'll get Richard to let us in to get it.
Do you want to sign this before you leave?
Yep. What am I signing?
It's the audit.
Might-
Typical letter and
It
then.
might look like a check, but trust me.
It's not. Sign above your name.
They still want us to, segregate our duties.
Yeah, I just put same as last year.
I need to hire 3 more people for segregation of duties.
On the responses, I just left it. So. If that's the worst thing you get wrote up for, that's pretty good. I think most people get that.
Yeah, when it all goes to one person, another person opens it, and a third.
So then, I know you need to know in that federal audit too, so they'll probably coincide this time.
Actually, I don't.
Oh, you don't have to this year?
No.
For the forfeiture one. What if we do?
We no longer have that grant with the state.
Ah, okay. Ron, I heard you saw something exciting last week.
Yes. We'll wait till we're not on the air.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess we're about done, right? Got
Well,
any
let's just
reports?
come in, yeah.
You got?
No.
Gary?
Wait till next week.
How about you, Rick?
No reports.
Had landfill last week. I guess 2 things that they're talking about down there. One, they're getting bids on concreting all all the way up to the scale, and then on the other side of the scale. And the other thing is, they're thinking about, talking to some of the neighbors that own property around the landfill to see if they'd be interested in selling the property to the landfill or down the road. For expansion, you know what I mean?
I thought we had enough area for 100 years.
Yeah, yes and no.
It's short up.
So, and they got the money in their accounts to more than enough to buy it outright, so. And they're also in the works again, of course, laying out for the new cell. And they'll start working on that this fall, I guess.
With regard to that concrete, they're gonna, this summer, they're gonna do those roads, they're gonna asphalt them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it is.
They down in Hannon? They do not know.
You maybe could just have them make a
Asphalt it?
left-hand turn into the scale. I don't know.
I don't know how asphalt will hold up.
Correct.
It's
A lot of
all,
weight.
yep, a lot of heavy trucks.
Well, we're going on the road.
Yeah, but that's thicker than the roads are. I know they wanna go right up to the pavement. I said they need to talk to Myron about that, cause that's county easement. I said, I know in the past, everybody frowns on pulling up to the road, because all the utilities are buried in the ditch.
Well, it would make sense, cause otherwise you're gonna have a,
Mud hole between the cement and the road. Yep,
yeah.
Yep. Yep, so he was supposed to contact Myron about it was okay to go all the way to, enter the curve right there.
It makes sense to make it asphalt, that way you tear it up whenever.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, well, I don't care what you do with the scale, but that area between the road and the dump property, it'd be nice to have that asphalt, so if they went through there and tore it up, they could just put it back down. Be easier to tear up, easier to put it back down. But I don't know, whatever.
Well, that was the only thing there on that. I got a lot of meetings this week again. So, I guess
I'm a little concerned why they're wanting to buy more land.
Well, I guess one
If
of
they get too much money, reduce their rates.
well, I think they've done that since they brought it down, the per cap,
I realize that,
you know.
but they've got enough money sitting there that they can go out and pay cash for land. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like I said, that supposedly was gonna last us 100 years. And again, due to derechos, et cetera, and Highway 30, it's probably been shortened up, but
Well,
and we don't have any control over it anyway.
no, we don't, but there again, you know, what, I kinda agree with them though, the property that's on the east side of them is low right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So all they'd have to more or less do is take the black topsoil off, put the liner in, and continue on to the east. Okay?
Sure.
The ground that they own right now, to the south and to the west, which you guys farm, you know, that's on a hill. So, yeah, they are digging dirt out of the hill to bury the garbage right now, but I mean, there's a lot of ground to actually be moved in order to dig a hole to continue on. And then like to the west there's an acreage, guy that owns the acreage right there. Well, you can't.
That's across the road though.
No, it ain't.
Oh, you mean the one to the north?
Yeah, northwest, west of the shop. You can't have a garbage dump right behind his bedroom, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can see the whole gist of it is just kind of disgusting that, you know, I don't know how much more land the county wants to own, and the land that they rent is taxed.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yep. Yep. And see, the one problem is, some of the wells that they gotta do monitoring, I believe it's every 4 months, is
Sure.
tested high in arsenic. So that was one of the deals we did here, I think, a year or 2 years ago. We moved west of them wells and had them drill new holes in the ground, stick the casing in, and did samples there. Now, there ain't no arsenic there in them wells.
Okay.
So that's some of the criteria that they don't know why is their arsenic so bad. Is it from decomposing garbage or is it natural? And the other thing that I found out last week when I started asking the engineer, I said, then why can't we go across the road and drill a well in the neighbor's ground? Because I know all the owners, property owners in that area. He says you can if you buy it. The DNR says you can't put a well on ground that you don't own.
And that makes sense.
So.
Yeah.
That's kind of where they're at. But like I said, they're all in the talking stage on both of them projects anyway. Or wish list, I should say, maybe.
Sure. Kind of funny though, because I know when they do test wells for, like when 218 was out there, they drilled test wells across the road.
Yep.
I guess it just depends on what rules you want to apply.
Right.
Yeah.
See, here with the DNR and garbage, so.
Yeah. Okay. Before we adjourn, I do have a question. I was asked regarding the county home farm ground.
Okay.
Was that an annual lease or was that a 3-year lease?
3.
Yeah, 3 years.
3. I was thinking it was, but I was asked. Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
First year.
Right,
First
it's
year.
that 1 year in between.
Yep.
Yeah, we're a year or two.
Yep.
Very good. Well, from there, I don't have any other questions.
Okay.
We're waiting still out there.
What's that?
Are we waiting for that paperwork?
I gotta go get it.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, so. You wanna do it on? I can go get it real quick.
Well, if you
wanna
do a
it.
motion to approve your signature on it,
Okay.
I mean, because that's what they're needing,
This-
Jason's
okay.
signature.
This is for the.
Historic preservation.
Preservation?
Yeah.
You guys,
You wanna make a motion there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that you sign it.
Alright.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well,
Aye. Okay.
okay, and then so the March 1st is the cement bids, March 4th is the maximum
Levy.
levy. So like that day, if you guys all can't be here, I think we can call in, but somebody else might need something on the agenda that day too. So.
But it's at 9 AM before.
Well, might as well start at 9 and then the hearing's at 9:30. So we can probably throw in a few things.
And then the first is normal meeting.
Yeah.
if you don't have anything else, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Alright, all in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye. Done deal.
All right. Well, everybody be careful.
Yep. See you, Rick.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yes, bye.
So a picture of the jumping in a golf cart headed to the beach with shorts on.
Rough.
Tough. I woke up
That's how we know.
Friday and Saturday morning to 12,
Take care of the
14
fence.
below.
That's how we know.
It was nice.
I don't like the cold. rather have 14 below
Where's this at exactly?
than 90 degrees with 90% humidity.
That's where the highlight.
You don't even want to go outside.
It's on the road side. Why is this all tore up?
The side, the wing.
The highway
Yeah, I'm
commission?
trying to
did
shut
this?
my camera
Huh?
off.
Highway commission did it.
So what have, cause I looked, what have you?
Okay, what you do is,
Looks like they got a barrel against the fence.
sometime